Did you notice anything? Did you feel that? That little moment just now, when you stopped scrolling and clicked on me. You didn't pick this video, I picked you. You were lost in a maze of screens, posts, and endless distractions, and I dragged you into my corner. You think this maze was built by accident? By greedy corporations chasing profit? That's not the whole truth. The betrayal started long before you downloaded your first app. Before big tech owned your data, your government sold your freedom. While you were busy chasing trends, they rewrote the rules, turning your privacy into a privilege and your rights into negotiable assets. They told you it was for your safety, national security, public health, cyber protection. Every crisis became an opportunity to tighten the leash. After 9/11 attack on the US, mass surveillance was normalized. After every terror threat, new laws made watching you easier. During the pandemic, contact tracing apps quietly mapped your every move. You applauded it, thinking they were protecting you. But they weren't building defenses, they were building your cage. In 2013, Edward Snowden exposed the truth. Programs like PRISM and X-Ski-Score weren't targeting criminals, they were targeting everyone. Your calls, your messages, your searches, all siphoned into government databases. And what did you do? You scrolled past it, distracted by the next viral challenge. Then came 2018, Cambridge Analytica. They harvested data from millions of Facebook users without consent, not to sell products, but to sell ideologies. They built psychological profiles, micro-targeted propaganda, and bragged about influencing Brexit and the 2016 US election. Democracy wasn't hacked, it was redesigned. And while the headlines faded, you stayed logged in, feeding the same system that rewired your thoughts. Since 2020, while the world locked down in fear, you locked in for pleasure, fueling a 24% surge in Pornhub traffic. But behind every click wasn't fantasy. It was filmed exploitation. Thousands of videos of underage victims, trafficked women, and non-consensual abuse, packaged as entertainment. Survivors watched their worst moments turn into viral content, begging for removal, while Pornhub counted ad revenue. Even when global headlines exposed child videos, and Visa and MasterCard cut ties to stop payments on human suffering, we didn't pause, because a few seconds of pleasure outweighed the screams you chose not to hear. And when Balenciaga dressed up child exploitation in luxury campaigns, posing toddlers with bondage-themed props, you didn't cancel them. Instagram's algorithm didn't just show you pretty pictures. It engineered a 30% spike in teen anxiety, feeding insecurities one filtered post at a time. But you didn't see manipulation, you called it aesthetic goals. YouTube didn't just suggest videos, it dragged millions into extremist rabbit holes, algorithmically nurturing hate, fear, and misinformation. But you labeled it curated for you, like it was a personal favor. And when T-Mobile exposed millions of personal records in 2023, your names, numbers, and secrets sold to the highest bidder, you didn't demand accountability. You chased the next viral hashtag because outrage lasts seconds, but distraction is endless. When Jeffrey Epstein's connections to tech elites, billionaires, CEOs, and influential figures in Silicon Valley surfaced, it should have shaken the world. Names tied to private meetings, investments, and quiet collaborations. But before you could even process the depth of that network, the headlines vanished, buried under celebrity scandals and trending distractions. They didn't deny it, they simply made you forget. And you let them. You scrolled past the truth, trading outrage for entertainment. Once you were comfortable, they locked the gates. Your photos, messages, memories, trapped in clouds you can't escape. Try to leave, and you lose your digital identity. But it's not just about data, it's about dependency. You didn't just join their ecosystem, you built your prison inside it. But if you think this is where it ends, you're wrong. This isn't a trap, it's just the foundation. Look at the Chinese social credit system. One number decides your life. If you can travel, get a loan, book a hotel, or even use the internet properly. Over 23 million people were banned from flights and trains. Not because they committed crimes, but because they played music too loudly, crossed the street wrong, or said something that the government didn't like. Cameras track their faces, apps track their behavior, and if they step out of line, they're publicly shamed. No warnings, no second chances. You think that's China's problem? No, buddy. That's your future. The only difference is, here, they don't show you the score, but it's there. Every post you make, every opinion you share, every video you watch, it's recorded, judged, and used to control you. Apply for a loan, a job, or even try to rent a place, and algorithms decide if you're trustworthy enough. You mock China for controlling its people, while your apps, banks, and platforms are already doing the same to you. The truth is, at least they tell you when you're being punished. Here, they just silence you quietly and let you believe you're still free. AI-driven algorithms are deciding more than what video you see next. They're predicting your threat level, denying loans, filtering job applications before a human ever sees your name. You're not being evaluated. You're being prejudged by code you'll never understand. And while you proudly wear your smartwatch to count your steps, they're counting profits. Your heartbeat, sleep patterns, stress levels. Sold to insurers calculating how risky you are to cover. That fitness tracker wasn't about health. It was about harvesting your most intimate data. Soon, reality won't be something you trust. It'll be something they design. Deepfakes are already blurring the line between truth and lies. Videos, voices, faces. You will see politicians declare wars they never approved. Celebrities confess crimes they never committed, or even watch yourself in a video you never filmed. It won't matter what's real, because they know you'll believe whatever keeps you scrolling. You think that's tomorrow's problem? No, it's today's weapon. Fake news didn't just happen. It was engineered, amplified, and fed to you because confusion keeps you obedient. When truth becomes optional, control becomes absolute. But deep fakes and algorithms, these are just the surface. The companies I've named, they're examples, not the full story. The lore runs deeper than you can imagine. From hidden data brokers selling your darkest secrets, to governments and corporations collaborating in silence, controlling what they want you to see. And while you're distracted by filters and trends, they've already rewritten how your brain works. You check your phone 150 times a day, not because you need to, but because they rewired you to crave it. Your attention span is shattered. It's only 8 seconds before your mind screams for the next hit. That's not habit, that's programming. Behavioral science wasn't used to improve your life. It was turned into a weapon to predict you, control you, and ultimately own you. And here's the cruelest delusion. They let you believe it was always your choice. That deleting an app means freedom. But the walls aren't on your screen anymore. They're in your routine, your laws, and your thoughts. You don't escape a system you've been taught to depend on. You're wondering if this is a warning. It's not. Warnings are for those who still have choices. I'm not here to save you. I never was. I'm the laws you never read, the politicians you believed, the platforms you couldn't live without, and the algorithms you followed without question. I don't need chains to hold you. You built them. One tap, one click, one agreement at a time. So go ahead, scroll a little more, click something meaningless, refresh your distractions. You're not lost. You're exactly where they designed you to be. Not trapped, just comfortably enslaved.